Hi everyone, it's the Blue Typhoon Gotcha here. Yeah, and for those of you who don't watch my real life channel, where I do vlogs and other stuff, yeah, this is what I look like. I am actually a high school graduate. I just graduated, so not too long ago. I'm probably one of the oldest Gotcha tubers. Most of them being like teenagers or like kids. I'm not an adult. I'm an adult. I'm doing this. I have been on YouTube since I was 13 years old. Yeah. Right now I'm sitting on a reclining couch. I'm sitting on a reclining couch right now. So, bye. But, so, I'm doing this because my iPad's dead. Well, my mom's iPad's dead. I don't have recording software on my phone. This is what I'm using right now. It's my phone. So, in videos, if you see, like, the screens look different, like the images look different between videos, that's because it depends on what I'm using. Because I have 3 different devices I use for videos that have like my Gotcha Life stuff on them, which is my laptop, which is in a bag right now, my mom's iPad, and then my phone, which is what I'm recording on right now, is my phone. But then on my laptop I have a lot of my characters, but then some of my characters I don't keep created. Some I do, most I do. Like, of course, my main character, Rose, who is supposed to be a representation of me, see, I have brown eyes, I got brown hair, and then I am pale. Unless you look at my legs, because my legs are tan. I tan easily, so my legs are pretty tan, but when I'm not tan, I'm usually tan during the summer, but then during winter, fall, and spring, I'm pretty pale. I'm pale. So, woo. But as you can see, here's my left. This is my left eye. Well, actually, for you guys, this is my left eye, but this is my left eye. But yeah, this is my left eye, and I don't have a scar. That's just something I've always done on every single character that I have that's representative of me. Even most of my original characters, they have some form of scar somewhere. So like my character Rose, and then my character Sapphire, who is a version of me I use with my partner in story writing, and character creation. Her name is Sapphire, and she has a scar. They both have a scar right here on their eye. Basically, every single form of me, except for the earliest form of me, and her name was Sophie Fire. But the way I spelled it was Sofi, and then the I had like a little dash above it on it instead of a dot. That's how I spelled it. Which is actually the Japanese version of my name. Which is the Japanese version of the name Sophie. Because I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then, of course, Sapphire came into play years later. If you look on my first video here on this channel, you will see if my characters have voices. At the beginning, you will see Sapphire. Sapphire is the character who's at the beginning. That's Sapphire, and then later on, and then later on, I changed it to be my character Rose, who would be on this channel. Because my character Sapphire will be featured on my DeviantArt channel, on my DeviantArt account, but then she won't be on my Wattpad. She'll be on my boyfriend. Because we were planning on doing a Minecraft roleplay, but we're not anymore. We're just gonna write it as a story. And then we do drawings so people can get a feel of what they would look like. So, and I usually do like on my DeviantArt account, I've created character bios for each character. I haven't done Rose for Sapphire for the Minecraft story. I've got a lot of characters that I need to do a bio for. So, yeah. But, okay. So, this video is actually going to explain my next GLMVs, which don't judge if they're bad. But they are. I'm sorry. They are bad. They're probably gonna be bad. So, okay. So, I actually explained this in explanation in a announcement video a while back. I did a quick explanation of some of the characters who will be featured in those videos. One of them being someone who actually based off one of my actual aunts. She's actually based off of my dad's sister-in-law. Well, somewhat. More like she's based off one of my mom's sisters-in-laws. She's more like based off of my mom's sister-in-law on my mom's side. Basically, it's more like it. But then Nova, and I'm talking about Nova, who you'll see her sooner or later in a video, probably. But if you're wondering why I'm using my phone instead of my laptop to record this, or the iPad's dead and my laptop webcam doesn't work, so I'm using my phone. But okay, so one of the songs I chose for Nova is Phoenix from the League of Legends. Reason being, she's a phoenix. At least she's half phoenix. She is part phoenix, part werewolf, and then she's a phoenix, werewolf, nightcrawler. So a nightcrawler is basically sorry about that. That happens sometimes with this phone. But a nightcrawler is basically someone who is there's the soul version of a vampire. So you know how vampires suck your blood? Vampires take your blood. Well, a nightcrawler takes your soul instead. And usually it's into their weapon, which most of the knights, they have swords, or they have a form of a sword. Like my character Rose, hers is a katana. She uses a katana. So, woo. But Nova was turned into a nightcrawler, and she's a full nightcrawler, like her husband. And so are her two boys. Her two biological sons. Because they're both phoenixes as well as werewolves like their mother and father. Their father is a werewolf as well as their mother, but they're both full nightcrawlers, and then they have their mother's half phoenix, and then they're half phoenix like their mother. But then they have three younger siblings. One is adopted, two are their half siblings. They have a pair of twin half siblings, and I'll probably explain about them in another video. And then they also have an adopted brother. Now, Nova was supposed to marry their adopted brother's father. She was going to be their adopted brother's father, but she didn't because she ran away from home. And now I'm literally trying to remember the songs I picked. I know one of them is To My Parents, because her parents hate her, and she hates them equally. They didn't even want her younger siblings to go to her wedding. So, backstory of Nova, so you can get a quick idea of what the GLMVs are going to be like. Her parents picked a fiance for her, which is her now adopted son's father. And her adopted son's actual mother, is one of Nova's best friends. After she ran away, because she ran away from him, because he hit her. Like, he was not very respectful to her. And her parents wanted her to keep nobility. They didn't want her to marry a peasant, so they chose somebody for her. What they didn't realize is, when she ran away, she met a prince, which would be Rose's father's brother. Her father and Rose's father and his older brother happened to be the princes of the Nightcrawler realm, because their father is the first ever Nightcrawler, and then their mother isn't, because the one who created Nightcrawler, Shad, he made more, but Takashi Knight was the first. was the first Nightcrawler, and then he met a human girl, and she was dying, so he saved her life by turning her into a Nightcrawler. And in return, she lived in the castle with him. Eventually, she fell in love with him, and he fell in love with her, and they got married, and she became his queen. Because Shad had created for them their own realm, which actually turned into like a whole country, which is now a country, but it's just hard to reach. The only way to reach it is through a portal, and only Nightcrawlers and then members of the Holders of the Mark can enter the realm, or any of the royal family can enter at a whim. But then Nova came, and they were like, how did she do that? But then they found out she was a phoenix. She was half phoenix, and that's how she was able to get through the barrier that kept outsiders from coming in. And so Takashi and his wife Juliana, they brought her into the castle, and they let her stay the night. And she offered to stay at the castle and be one of their servants if they didn't make her go home, and they didn't. And then over time, because at the time she was 18 when they met her. When she met her, then Chad was 21. Chad was 21, she was 18, and then Chad's younger brother was 15 at the time. And he had already met the love of his life, which is Rose's mother, Elena. And she is actually Shad's granddaughter. So, Shad's creation's son marries his granddaughter. Woo. But back to Nova. So, over time, like about 3 years later, Chad asked her out. He asked her to if he could court her. Because back in medieval times, you would court instead of date. So a guy would court a girl, and well, it didn't take long before he asked her to marry him. It took about 3 months, because over the years, she started to develop a crush for him, and he was the same. And they felt like they had known each other for many years, for like since they were children. And so about 6 months into the courting, he proposed and she accepted, and she became his bride. So when she sent an invitation back home to come to her wedding, she had changed her name. Her original name was Nana, but she changed her name to Nova because she liked that better, and she didn't want any remnants of what her parents did to her by forcing her into a bad relationship. And they didn't want their daughter to go to their daughter's wedding. They didn't even want her younger siblings, because Nova has 3: a pair of twins, and then a girl, and then another sister. A pair of twins, a boy and a girl, and then another sister. They didn't want them to go. The twins wanted to go very badly. They even told the people that they were seeing, like, I want to go to my sister's wedding, but my parents won't let me. So they actually got away from their parents by moving in with their person that they were seeing, being the Emperor and his younger sister. One of his younger siblings, his younger sister. So the two moved in. The sister being years later, so they didn't get to go to their sister's wedding. And you would think, so like I said earlier, they wanted their daughter to marry nobility. They didn't want her to marry a peasant. You would think they would go to the wedding when she was marrying a prince. She had gone better than the man that they chose, who was a nobleman guard. You would think, but no, they didn't want to go to the wedding. More like they were disappointed because she did not marry the man that they chose. It's like, Okay, seriously, why? So, yeah. And then years later, after it's like been 3,000 years since a war happened that she was part of, and well, her niece Rose is now 3,033 years old, and she and Hunter, which and Shadow, as well as Jason, her twin, and then Hunter and Shadow, who are Nova's two boys, as well as Ava and Liam, who are her stepchildren. Shad's children, but he didn't want them at first, but he loves the two. But they all love the two to death. They all go to Nova's home. They go to Nova's home, original home. They go to her hometown, her home country, and they see, but the so Hunter, he has really long hair. When you look at him, he looks like his mom. Because his mom has dark brown hair, like really dark brown. It's darker than mine. So probably as dark as this. It's as dark as this. He has really dark brown hair and of course ears and a tail, like his mother. And his fur is the same color as hers. So, but what they don't realize is Nova's two younger siblings, the pair of twins, and their now spouses, as well as their spouse's brother and his spouse, they're behind them. And Rose has her hair up in her signature ponytail with her streak going down it. Because she's got a streak in the back of her hair, and then she's got one that's on her bangs. And when she pulls her hair up into a ponytail, it goes up her head and then out into the ponytail. And then Hunter's is in a braid in the back of his head. Hunter's is in a braid, and Rose's is just flowing in a ponytail. And it's the same as Ava. Ava has like a braid slash ponytail feel. She's got like a braid going from the side of her head all the way to the back, and then her hair is flowing down into like a low ponytail. So, woo. But they're just walking along, and then Nova's two twin younger siblings, they run up to Hunter and hug him from behind. But they don't realize that that's not their younger sister, that's not their older sister. It's their nephew that they're walking behind. So, a little explanation. In my world, there are alphas, omegas, and betas, depending. And Hunter's an omega. He's an omega phoenix, an omega werewolf, and an omega nightcrawler. So, he's an omega. And they think that it's their sister, because he's wearing a dress. He is, it's weird. Well, actually, they're all wearing very long trench coats. They're all wearing very long coats, but he and his sister and Rose, they have the same kind of sleeves. It's like a little, you can see their shoulder, but then the sleeve starts. And then there's like a little bit of clear material in like the bottom of the sleeve. That makes like a triangle in the sleeve. And they think it's their sister, but it's not. When he turns around and they get a good look at him, they realize, wait, that's not our sister. And Shadow, being the overprotective brother he is, and Liam, they step in front of Hunter and push the two away from him. And they say, why did you just hug my brother? They're like, oh, we're sorry, we thought you were someone else. And Hunter was asking, well, why would you think I was someone else? I say, well, you look like our older sister. You look just like her. You got the same color eyes, same color hair, even the ears and tail. Even your hair was the same length as hers when she left. Oh, and then realization kicks in. They're talking about their mother. They're talking about Nova. It's like, wait, you mean my mom is your sister? My mom said are you two twins? And they say, yeah. And they're like, my mom said she had two twin younger siblings. I guess, well, I guess you found us. Guess we found you. Mom would love to see you again. And they realize, wait, you're Nana's younger sister? Little kids? And we're like, huh? Who's Nana? Um, our sister? Oh, yeah, that's right. Mom changed her name. We're like, wait, what? Well, her mom changed her name to Nova. Her name's Nova now. Didn't you get the invitation to the wedding? To her wedding? Wait, what? Yeah, her mom said she sent an invitation to you guys, and it had her new name on it, Nova, as well as our father's. Oh yeah, our parents didn't let us go to the wedding, and well, they offered, you want to see our mom? Want to see our mom? And well, they went with them, and they took them. But first, well, her younger sister Ruo, she went to go get her now husband's 2 children. Well, 3 children, and one of them happened to be named Nana, because she suggested it. Because her husband is the emperor of her home, and of course he has a harem, and he has 3 children from 2 different people. The 2 youngest being twins, and then another son. And well, they went to go get them because they were just like, we don't want to be here anymore. Especially the twins, because they were just like, we don't want to be here anymore. Our mother and father are horrible. But, well, first they went to go get their sister's former fiance's son and his boyfriend, because he's an Omega. And they went to go get him. They were just like, you want to meet the person who's going to be your mother? So they took him with them. And, well, they decided, you know what? And then they go. But where they go isn't the Nightcrawler realm. It's actually Konoha, Japan, which is where Rose lives, which is where the Holders of the Mark live. They live there. And Nova and Chad are over there visiting. And so Rose comes in the door and she's like, Aunt Nova, you got some people here to see you. She opens the door and in walks her 2 siblings. And they run and hug her to death. Well, she doesn't die, but they hug her and they don't want to let go. They just start crying, and then she meets the boy who was her former fiance's son, and she can see what happened. Her former fiance abused his son, and she offered to take him in as her own, and she did. So, yeah, and then blah, blah. Well, the rest of it's going to be explained in the GLMVs. You'll actually see her adopted son in the final one. In the last one, because the last one she's in a studio singing, and her 5 children walk in, as well as her 5 children walk in. Well, actually, it's her 2 sons and then her adopted son, and then her nephews and niece walk in to the room, which are her sister's adopted children, well, stepchildren. So blue. And then there's 3 more, and they're before Nova. I'm gonna post them before Nova's. And it's the Poison Dragon Princes. So Natsuki was almost forced to marry somebody. But the songs are just gonna be about that. And of course, one of the songs is Tears of Gold, and I'm just gonna make it weird and just like, yeah. But I did give a quick explanation. Basically, Natsuki, Daiki, and Iji's parents kidnapped them and locked them in Natsuki's room. And then they brought in Daiki and Iji's now husbands, at the time boyfriends, Jun and Kali. And they were gonna go find Natsuki's then fiance and put him in the room as well. But they were able to escape because he came in through the window and got them free, and then they all flew off and as they were flying back, they saw family and friends flying towards them. 4 of them crowd around Iji's boyfriend Kali, And the other two of them, and then two others crowd around June, which is Daikie's boyfriend. And they're just like, let's get out of here. Get you guys away and get away from people who want to hurt us and have belittled us for years. So they go. They leave. But the videos are going to be like before, and then like the Tears of Gold is kind of like before and then after when they confront their parent. Tears of Gold is going to be before they leave, and then after they leave when they see their parents again, and they're just like, we gotta do this. So they start to do. They start, and then Daikie, and they just go crazy. And they're belittling their parents. It's like they don't want to be them. So actually, so I'm just gonna combine the three into one GLMV, but it's gonna be three because the last two songs are gonna be when they're belittling their parents, like getting mad at them. And what they don't realize is they got 300 siblings, so you'll see them in the video. But this is just gonna be weird. This is gonna be a very long GLMV to make. Woo. Woo. And then Nova is gonna be long too because it's gonna be a 3-in-1. Because one is before. One is gonna be like before it happened, before she left. One is gonna be after she left, and then two of them are gonna be after she left. But one's gonna be after she sees her siblings again, sees her twin siblings again, and adopts her new son. Well, that's a quick explanation. Well, not this is like 26 minutes long, not 27. Woo! But I'm gonna end the video here. So hope you guys get excited. I'm gonna post a list. So I'm actually on my. So I do have a DeviantArt account and a Wattpad account. If you want to go check them out, they are on my channel. They are part of my channel art, and or if you click about, you will find them. You will find the links to those, and I post pictures of them, but then I'll also post a link to the Gacha Live pictures I have of my characters, most of them. I do have a folder saved in my Google Drive of pictures. You can go look, and I will post them on my channel link, and then I will keep adding. And then if you want to, please create fan art. I would be so happy if people created fan art of my characters. I'd be so happy. If you do that, I will also post a link to the fan art doc. I will create a fan art thing, and I will post a link inside of it. So I will create a fan art folder for you guys, so all of you can look at it, and I will post the title of the fan art as well as the names if you guys create fan art for me, because I will be very happy to know that somebody creates fan art of my characters. I would love it. I would love it. So I'll actually post pictures of the characters because I got a lot of characters to make. There's too many, and it's just ugh. So, but if anyone wants to like help out and make characters for me, help me make characters, then send me the pictures. Then send me pictures. I will be very grateful. And I'll be very happy. It will make me very happy. Probably I'm gonna post a later video with pictures for which characters I need a picture for, because I got a lot to make. I will just end the video here. So, and this is actually how I say goodbye. So it'll be a goodbye.